Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday, the 16th of May, 2020, and today I'll be live for 103 minutes, all things being equal. When I say equal, I mean all things working as they're meant to. As we are aware, last week on the stream, something untoward happened at the very end. I still don't know what it was. Everything went crap and I couldn't recover. Funnily enough, we had an issue on a D-Live stream earlier in the week, so a few days after that happened. The issue was not the same, but the issue was a killer, like a complete showstopper. I don't know for a fact, but I feel like my audio hardware sometimes just says, no, not working, not going to work any longer. I don't know why. What I do to make sure that doesn't potentially happen, because it has happened once way back when, I shut everything down before a stream. So I do what I call letting the cables sleep. That's a Bush song off a Cafe Del Mar series if you want to go and find it. It's a really cool trip hop song. I think it's Bush with another electronic artist sort of mixing their own songs together. Anyway, letting the cables sleep. I power everything down, physically turn the button off at the surge board so nothing comes through, and I let it sleep for a little while, and then I turn it back on. There's two reasons I do that. The first reason is to enable the reverse camera, the cam link, to get a signal back to the streaming software first. I found out that's how to get that thing to work. You've got to turn that on first, send its signal in, and then you're good to go from there. If you do it the other way around, often that's frozen on something. It's been frozen a few times in the past. It's kind of funny to see what it was frozen on. But I've noted that's the way to do that. And then I feel like it gives everything a clean start. But that didn't help me on the D-Live stream because it was only half an hour in and my voice started sounding robotic. And in the chat was saying, your voice, what's going on with your audio? And I had to grab my secondary display, had to grab this guy and have a listen, of which I'm doing right now actually, just to verify that we're all good. See, we're good there. That's the reason I have this, folks. That's the reason I have this. And yeah, that was how we remedied it. And I don't have an explanation. I definitely don't have an explanation to what happened last week on the YouTube stream. Let me just put this back up here. But fingers crossed it doesn't happen again. Fingers are both crossed, and my toes, if you could see them, that guy's crossed right there. So we don't want to see this crap again. That said, we're not going to make the time up. We're not going to do an extra minute here today on the stream. We're just going to accept that that happened. Back in the past, I would get furious about that. I would be very, very upset that I couldn't maintain my minutes and this and that, like gives a minute, getting it to the exact minute, blah, blah, blah. These days, I don't really care. I tried. I've done 103 streams on YouTube and I've tried to do snap it off to the minute. They kept changing the back end. They kept changing the studio. They kept changing the way you stream. And it just became very, very difficult. So I just decided to not worry about it. I'm still going to increment by a minute, but often there'll be 30 seconds on either side. Maybe it might not be exactly what it is. And that's just the nature of the game. Hello, welcome to YouTube. To be honest, I'd rather stream on D-Live. I'd much rather be on D-Live, but I understand how important a YouTube stream is in the sense of community here. But I gotta tell you, my D-Live community is growing way faster than my YouTube community. Why can't they all just get along? Why can't they all grow together? I don't know. I mean, D-Live helped me, D-Live promote me, YouTube do not. That's the key difference there. If YouTube was doing the same percentage of promotion and support towards Gives a Minute that D-Live are, well, that'd be a different story, wouldn't it? Because there's way more numbers on YouTube. But that's not happening. But that's what I always say, and I want you to know I'm not leaving YouTube. Don't mix the words up or don't get the wrong message. I'm staying here. I've just actually received an email this morning, which could be very, very cool for me in the channel, based in this area. People have always said you should represent the area for tourism. And funnily enough, something's just come through in my email this morning something to that effect. I'm not going to blow it. I'm not going to tell you what the email was. I'm not going to tell you what it could be. I'm not going to let me just allude to local area promotion through my content. And if I can tie that together as a sponsored video and a sponsored segment, then that will be really handy. It's kind of what we talked about. What can we do to get the Wave a Day content? And this would not specifically just be Wave a Day, but local area. What can we do to get that content to more eyes? And I guess that's what's happening right now. So that's pretty cool. And by the way, that would not happen outside of YouTube. That would not happen through DLive. I still don't know if there's anybody with a brand deal on DLive. We've heard about brand deals. Who are they? Who has the brand deals on DLive? Maybe that's what we'll ask on the stream today on DLive. Who has the branded deals on DLive? That's what we'll ask. Folks, I want to get to my chit chat because this is a two-way street, this conversation here. It's a beautiful thing. I appreciate each and every one of you conversing with me. When I look back up to my chat this morning, I see myself. Hello, the internet. Well, hello, Gives a Minute. How do you do? I'm doing well. Good to see you. Good to know you. Good to have you. I'll see you in 10. Well, I'll see you right now, Gives. In fact, if you go into that bathroom and look in the mirror, you see yourself right away. Beautiful. Then Tim Ariskog popped up. Hello to me, as I'm the only one here at the moment. Good morning, Tim. How do you do? Just enough time for a quick snooze before the show starts. Dude, I said I'll see you in 10 and you snuck in a snooze in that break? That's not a snooze, that's a power freaking nap. That's powerful. Mindy up in the chit chat. Hello, Mindy. And by the way, Timsky, that cheers is for you, buddy. This one's for Mindy. Cheers, eases. Oh, that was loud. Mindy, I think the true path to happiness lies within compassion. Okay, so she's talking about the stream title, Can Money Buy Happiness? I want to dig into that, but we'll come back to your point, Mindy. But once you master the art of compassion, money helps you along and helps you stay on that path, in my humble opinion. Okay, so the money is needed, but you have to do something else beforehand. It's like you've unlocked something. Man, I've got to start using different toothpaste. This one leaves like a slime on my mouth. There. Lucky I didn't put that on stream. Whoopsie! Hi, Mindy and Tim. Perd Beer up in the chit chat. Perd Bisky. How do you do, Perdsky? Ooh-wee. I don't know if I like that being that loud. That's a little loud. Is my voice too loud this morning? I did turn up my microphone just a little. If it's too loud, let me know. Perd Beer just getting warmed up. There you go. Tim, hi Mindy and Perd Beer. Sin's Fun Factory. Good Jack Tennessee Honey Day. Sin just sent me a message in Discord. He's got some honey liqueur from Jack Daniels. Now, I got to say, when I got that bottle as the Jack behind me, I was ready for it to be not nice. I was ready to be like, this thing's going to be a sweet sort of, it's like a girly drink. And holy crap, I was wrong. The honey Jack Daniels, even neat, is amazing. And you add Coke to that, holy crap, it is beautiful. It is a really, really... Now, I've been told you can't say the same about the new Apple Jack, the green bottle, right? Not available in Australia. It's only available in the UK, and it's going to be in Canada very soon. It's the UK and the USA right now. So Australia will get it in about a year and a half. Actually, put me on record. What is today? The 16th of May, 2020. Let's find out when we actually see it locally distributed here in Australia. I would suggest it might not even be until the 16th of May, 2021, but could be wrong. But people have told me that one's not as good. In fact, it's rubbish. That said, the honey, Sin's Fun Factory, have a great time with that. It's freaking beautiful, man. I'm a little jealous. In fact, I've got Jack Daniel's honey chocolate to review, and I'm waiting because the price of the honey in Australia fluctuates. Often you see it at about $36 a bottle. Sometimes you see it at about 42. It's not worth 42. It's worth 36, 37. When I see it drop down, I'll nab a bottle and then I'll go out into the Great Aussie Outdoors and do a video review of the honey chocolate and with a bottle of honey, and I'll get 40 views on it. Thank you, YouTube. Cheers for that. Mindy, sorry I was late. I was cleaning up. My sister is coming over. No worries. I do the same from when my sister comes over. Do you know what? Here's a little thing for you. I don't mind acknowledging this. It's a little embarrassing. The only time that I clean my bathroom is when my sister's coming. Now, why would you think I'd clean my freaking bathroom because my sister's paying a visit? Well, the bathroom here is the only one with a bathtub in it. And that's what Poopsie uses. So we all sit in there with candles on and wine while she's bathing, having the family bath time. See how I went from bathing to bath? This is because this is a global audience, folks. And we sit there, and I don't want my washroom to smell or to be grimy and have the silt on the windows and all that crap. So I give it a thorough clean, but only when my sister tells me she's coming down. We've got a little family thing too. We've got these, I should show them to you. We've got these plastic frogs that stick on the wall with suction, like they got 3 suction cups. They're like baby's things. You stick them on the tiles and the baby can, look, the little froggy. And so we stick them on the wall. There's 4 of them. And as soon as they leave, it's always sad when they leave here, and we stick the 4 frogs on the wall in a random spot. Well, I do. And then each frog falls off the wall at a certain time, like maybe a week later, that one frog's suction cups will loosen and they'll fall off. And the joke was, or the gag was back a little while, it's like, well, you've got to come back down now because the frogs need putting back up on the wall. So get your ass down here and bring that Poopsie with you as well. And then one time the frogs never fell off, and my sister said, "Oh, don't tell Mum I'm coming down for a visit." And I was like, "You can't. The frogs haven't fallen off. You can't come down yet. They're still on the wall." Is this what we're going to talk about in this stream? By the way, when we do entertain this kind of a conversation, and when we go down this kind of path, this kind of track, this makes me happy. This kind of conversation is something that I don't do on YouTube. We do this free-form kind of open flow conversation more on DLive, but the beauty of this stream here and the length of it is the further we go along, the more we can have this conversation, and I think that's going to be what makes this something. And of course the IRL, which we'll get to very, very soon. Tim says, "Hi Sin, maybe he may be in and out." No worries, Mindy, I understand. Aero Gamer up in the chit chat. Aero Gamer, how you going, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to have you. Good to know you. Obliques Magnet Fishing. Hello from Germany. Obliques Magnet Fishing. Thank you for all your lovely comments on my channel, man. I know you use the Google Translate, but you do. I know you spend a lot of time doing it, so I appreciate you, man. This is great seeing you in here because you have given a lot of your time to comment on a lot of my videos, including past videos. I appreciate you going through the archives and finding them and leaving a solid comment. I know English is not your first language, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. That means a lot. It means a lot when I get a comment on a vlog I posted 4 years ago. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Sup, Sin and Pad. Sup. Aero Gamer, Mindy, Wilson Featherstone. What a beautiful name. That cheese is for you, Wilson. Wilson! I love that name, Wilson Featherstone. Good to know you, good to have you, good to see you, buddy. I'm going to give you a second cheers for that. Such a beautiful name, Wilson. I'm also going to have a swig of this, right? Just give me 1 second to take a little swig of the water. The water. You say water or water? I say water. Much better. Tim's everyone saying hello to everyone. Oh shit, my chat just went whoopsie and skipped all the way up to the top ski. Hello Obliques, hello Wilson. Hello Tim. Mindy's channel, you totally have me sold in Australia. I want to go there and spend a lot of money in Australia, really. Mindy, I mean, this deal, this branded deal that may or may not happen is definitely along those lines. So I'm going to work. It just happened this morning. I woke up this morning to that email and we're going to go from there. We're at this stage, it's it's extremely early. In fact, it's so early in the process hasn't even begun yet. That's how early we are in this process. That'd be cool though if you have some sponsor in your streams. Yeah, and I'll be clear about this. The sponsor would be whatever the brand is would pay me cash to make a video where I talk about what they're doing. And then at the bottom, there'll be a referral. So if you wanted to partake in whatever it is, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Whatever it is, there'll be a discount or a link, which will be a referral link that will also earn me a commission. But there would be a cash payment to make the freaking video or a series of videos. It could be, I'm going to pitch one video, but I'm going to also say maybe we could also lower the price and do a series of videos, each video a set price, right? To make up. It would obviously have to be more in total, but it'll be over a period of time. Anyway, I got my head ticking here. Aerogamer says, with no international travel for a while, what better time to promote local Australia? Amen. And yeah. And I've been doing this anyway, right? I've been doing this for quite some time on my YouTube channel for this area. In fact, if you did search Culburra Beach on YouTube, there's an onslaught of my content. So I'm kind of, in a way, I'm already doing that. And I'm happy that someone's reached out with an idea or a concept. And I'm getting through the chat here, folks. When I look across here and see this beautiful freaking chat, it gives me great pleasure to go back and read all the conversations as they come along. Perdbeer, you should get a feature in the syndicated community press, maybe something related to live streaming. I suggested this last week. Voice is good. Thank you, Perdbeer. That would be handy. That would be handy. I'm happy. If that happened, I'd be happy. Either way, I'm going to continue what I do, and we're going to continue on this road. The road may be a little, not bumpy. It's not bumpy. Well, it has been a little bumpy, I suppose, but the road may be, the journey may be lengthy, but we'll get there in the end. It won't be the end. We'll get there. The journey may be lengthy, but let's go on a journey. That's better, right? Not ending anything. Don't want to put an end to anything. Good morning, Shiloh Rose! Can I just stop for a second, folks, and just freaking... Oh my goodness. Can I just do one thing? Shiloh Rose, just let me get this. Let me get this. This is going to tie into something. Unbelievable, Charlotte. Unbelievable. If you didn't see my D-Live stream or my YouTube daily vlog, look at this. Goodness gracious me. Look at this, folks. This is Old 27, Gold 27. I always say old. It's Gold 27. This is an expensive bottle of Jack Daniels. Comes in its own little freaking housing. Oh no, there's some missing from there. Shit, where did it go? Oh no, there's some missing. Oh no. We've been drinking it. Shiloh Rose, as you see in the chit chat, good morning with 4 smiling, loving faces. Shiloh Rose bought this for me. Now, she uses a service called BoozeBud in Australia to ship booze, alcohol, from somewhere to someone. And she asked me, I know it's not asked, but I like saying asked. She asked me, have you ever had Gold 27? And I said no. There was one time when I went into Dan Murphy's and it was on a members special, down to about $110 a bottle or something, 114 I think. And I was going to get a couple for the Jack behind me, just put them in storage until I need them. I went back in there about a day later to go and grab 2, and the members special was removed. So I didn't. It's an expensive bottle, and Shiloh, I am blown away by your generosity. That happened over on the D-Live. Woo! Woo! What? Unbelievable. Thank you, Shiloh. Thank you so much. Good to see you up there this morning as well. Good to have you. Good to know you. Cheers. We won't be having a Jack here though, folks. And by the way, the beauty of that donation from Shiloh, it's not part of the Jack Behind Me fund. When it came to me and I opened it and I said, what do you want me to do with this? Do you want me to make this a Jack Behind Me bottle? And she said, she said, you taste it now. Have it now and enjoy it. Nothing to do with the Jack. That's just the freaking generous nature of Shiloh Rose. She said, just enjoy it. So that means that I will. I'll enjoy it all. I'll finish it. But we will eventually I will buy for the Jack Behind Me fund. There's been a lot of generosity for the Jack Behind Me fund. Sin Master up in the chit chat, Sin's Fun Factory, been very, very generous. And I always said, like I said, there will never be a repeated bottle. Just remember that. There will never be a repeated bottle. There will be repeated product, but not the same size bottle. You hear me? There's so many Jack Daniels and so many different size varieties. So we're going to never repeat. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. The gold number 27 will be there at some point. Not that exact bottle. That's going to go in here. Yeah. Thanks again, Charlotte. So Sin's Fun Factory is talking about, I mean, if you have money, you could share it with everyone you know and you will feel good about yourself. That buys happiness. Exactly. There's a two-pronged, I was going to say saga. That's the wrong word. There's a two-pronged approach to this concept. We'll get to it. Haven't had the apple yet? Yeah, I should send you a bottle. I mean, that's the only way you can get it in this country. I was willing to wait the time out and see, but I mean, there's actually no confirmation it's going to even come to Australia, but the speculation is that they will go to other markets at some point. Obliques magnet fishing. If you've got too much money, like a guy I know, he want to use coke but blast not only himself but his work and his family. So there you go. If you have too much disposable money, it can ruin yourself because you get involved in, shit that's expensive. Cocaine, I imagine, not Coca-Cola. Cocaine would be expensive to have as a habit, and it can ruin family. Yeah, but we'll get to that. I should send Ben in a bottle of the apple and he could review it. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to review it. We've seen a review on the YouTube from a UK guy. It was a kind of a funny review. Good morning, Tim. Love that story. Poopsie is awesome. She is. Poopsie is priceless. Johann Sebastian's son, Johann. Good to see you, man. Good to know you. Good to have you. Hi, everyone. Am I late because I'm a doctor and I need to work almost every day? Dude, go out there and doctor it up, man. You don't have to be in here. We need you around more than ever now. It's so good to see you here, man. James Drumzilla Emming, you've changed your handle on YouTube. Or is that always the one on YouTube? James, good to see you, man. Gold label, tasty. How about that? Dude, you know what that's worth. You know what that bottle is. Charlotte Rose sent it to me just off the bat. Freaking beautiful. Unbelievable. Good to see you, James. Good to know you. Good to have you. That cheers is for you, buddy. Obliques Bank to Fishing Pud Beer. Guten Morgen. By the way, I'm Dutch and from the Netherlands, Holland. I got that wrong. My bad. Thought you were German. Never tried the apple either, says James. I've always seen that on YouTube. Yeah. Francis for the films. What? Goodness gracious. We got everyone in the chat. G'day, Jamie. Is it Jamie? Jamie, or is it the brother? This is from Canada, folks. Now, up to speed on the chat, so I'm going to bring this. It is Jamie. There you go. Jamie, how you going, man? Jamie and I met... Well, we'd been watching each other's channels on YouTube for quite some time, and then I was over in Canada, and we met, and that was at Spider Springs on Vancouver Island. Yeah, man. How you doing, dude? Good to see you, man. Oh, wow, this is awesome. This is what I want from the chat. This is what I want from a live stream, just to look into the chat and see good crew turning up. Just because these streams are going to go for so long, eventually, at an eventual conclusion, if you like, this stream will be 12 hours. Every week it gets longer by 1 minute. Today's 103 minutes, which is 1 hour and 43 minutes. And then the next week will be 1 hour and 44 minutes, and so forth. And what I love about that is that it gives everybody a chance to pop in at random times and have a contribution, like make a contribution to the chat, have a comment, and have some conversation. Yeah, that's what I love about it. And that's what I really want to get from this stream, if anything comes from these live streams. Good solid conversation. Maybe we'll open up the Discord call-in line today if you wanted to. I also want to run my super quick wave a day. Now, because we're entering a 2-hour point, or the second hour of streams, we're going to run this twice on the stream. The first time will be about now, and what I'm going to show for you is the best surfing that I've done, hands down, right? This wave a day project, I specifically went back to the Northern Point because I didn't get the section working last season. Well, we've definitely had it happening here this season. The reason this season is different, and you'll see this in the full edit coming up on YouTube tonight, the reason this has been different for me is because of surfing with people. Every other season I've just gone out the front here, and every time I've surfed there's been no one around and the banks are half decent. Well, that point break is where everybody goes and surfs, and I've met a guy called Sam who lives in his own streaming from Steve Van. He's got a Delica up in the caravan park. He's been there. He's going to be there for the whole month. He's a chef. He used to own a restaurant in Bondi, a beautiful restaurant. He's down here from COVID on lockdown. Blah, blah, blah. We've been surfing every day. Another guy, Dan, from the Netherlands, who's not going to be around anymore. He had to split back up to the city. But just surfing with good crew has made all of the difference. And I want to show you what I did yesterday on the wave a day. I'll be in the chat with you guys. This pumped me up. I'll see you on the flip side. Welcome back to the super quick wave a day edit. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I was fired up from yesterday and it happened again today. Now, what you're gonna see is the start of it's a bit woeful. My POV footage is terrible. The wave The two waves I took sucked, but just sit through that. I know you all want the POV. I think the POV stuff is kind of a bit tedious, but everyone wants it, so it's in there. After the POV, I got the finest left rides by 3, maybe even a couple more after time. But the ones that I'm definitely sure of, really, really psyched on. But you know me, I don't want to be the judge of that. So how about you decide?
Took a wave before I even got a chance to say good morning. Okay, I cooked it, but it was the first wave. I was still tired from the paddle out. There's plenty of waves here. Look at this. Well, I went down on that one, hit the ground on my ass, but I'm getting more comfortable doing that. Sam's got a bit of a hangover. How you going, Sam? I'm gonna POV this. There's a wave coming right now. This could be a good time for POV. That's Dan. You got it? Yeah! Alright, so my bad. We'll get another one. We'll get the next one, yeah? I'm going to move over a bit into the takeoff zone. And here comes a wave for me, I think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this was good. It's small. Too small. Oh, what was behind it? Wally! There's something here. Don't get on the shoulder of this. Son of a gun! What have I done? Oh, I'm gonna move over here. Not then, I just had kook drama. Big mama drama. I like it. This little shoulder here. Oh, garbage! Absolute garbage. What am I doing? What am I doing? What did I do to deserve this flat dry martini? I don't know how long I'm going to POV this for. It takes a long time to get a wave, and you might be getting bored here watching this. So that's my POV done. 2 kicks and in the shallows. Oh. Alright, hitting the rocks everywhere here. Let's get out of here. Wow. Alright, I've got to get on here. Take a breather. Alright, hang on. Alright, that's enough POV. That's woeful. I'm sorry for that. It's okay now, the rocks are just here. What? I'll take that. I'll take that as my first wave. The other ones don't count. The other ones were woeful. That takes 36 minutes to obtain. It was worth every single minute. Now, give me another one, Big Mama Ocean.
But with you, I'd rather just float away.
I don't know who old mate was surfing the point, but I got a great shot of him then. So sick! Oh, I'm so tired from that paddle, but that wave. What are we now? 51 minutes in. I shocked myself. It was so sick, so sick. I was so pumped. Got enough time to get another couple, hopefully.
That was a sick
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, see how sick that was? That was so rad. So pumped. What? Give me some more. Man didn't social distance then. We high-fived. Whoopsie! What? Oh my goodness! That's 2 amazing rides! Ah, I'm in the section here. Whoa! Alright, I gotta paddle back out. And then we talk. Well, wow! Holy crap! That is 2 really fun left-hand rides, making up for everything that I fapped around earlier on the POV. We're in 1 hour and 1 minute. Probably sneak in one more if the battery doesn't go flat. Either way, I'm gonna get one more. It's gonna be either from these cameras or the beach camera. Oh my goodness gracious! This stuff is amazing! Ah!
And so how did I do? Oh, what? Look at these mamas coming in. Look at this. Oh dear, heavens above, I should still be out there. They are way, that wave is way far out. And no one's gonna be able to get that because it's already over. Who's gonna pick up on the inside here? That's Joshua getting it on the further side. Oh, you let it go. I'm not sure of this guy's name. I've seen him a lot out here. He ripping, yeah, dude. You! Oh, he went down hard. Is he all right? There's Sam behind. Yeah, Sam! You! That was sick.
what was I saying? Yeah, how did I do? Did I do okay? Look, while I sit down and think about just how okay I did, you guys can go back to the live stream.
Oh, yeah, the left. Oh, my goodness. Get that left. Oh, hold it. Get it. Hold it. Yep. Oh, shit. Whoopsie. You caught me, folks. Too busy trying to get myself into the pocket while on my chair. There is swell around today. It is on fire on the North Point. I'm here live streaming. That's the fact of the matter. I've dedicated the Saturday to the stream. Well, at least the morning. It's going to be a late surf. I sent Sam a message saying I'm going to be late, dude. I'm going to be live on my YouTube. He may not even be out there. He may even be watching this. I don't know about the reception, though, up there at the caravan park, though. But, yeah, I really enjoyed that surf. I really enjoyed vlogging it. I really enjoyed hanging out with the dudes. I really enjoyed the camaraderie out there. And that's what's different this season on A Wave a Day. I feel that that's making a huge difference. And it's also making a difference to the views. People are watching. People are coming across because they're there. People are asking about it. Cross-pollination. So thanks for the comments there. Celeste says hello. Hello, Celeste. She's already turned up then. Nice one, Mindy. The band's back together again. So folks, let's move into the topic of conversation. And I want to just alert you that I want to play that surfing clip again in the second hour of the stream, right? Just in case new crew come in, we want to be able to show them what they've missed, right? We now are entering longer formats, so we have to facilitate that. And like I say on DLive, surfing content on a live stream, you don't see it very often. Whilst it's not actually live, it's part of the live stream. And maybe, heaven forbid, YouTube might see it and go, oh, this guy's got an interesting stream. We'll promote him for a while, you know? Put him on the trending tab. I'll tell you what, the day that I get on the YouTube trending tab, I'll do a naked cartwheel across the beach. Or something similar. Don't hold me to that, right? Oh, no. Do hold me to that. Tetris Freak up in the chit chat. Tetris Freak, hey Gibbs. How do you do, Tetris? Good to have you. Good to see you. Good to know you. How you going, buddy? So let's talk about money buying happiness. Now, in my mind, the way I feel, you can certainly achieve happiness with money. You may not be able to achieve happiness without money. And then again, you may be able to. There's two edges to this sword, right? You can live happily with no money. We know that from certain races, certain cultures, certain people that live without money. They don't need it, so they're happy. Well, we don't know what their happiness level is because we can't really equate it to our level of happiness because we do need money. So the simple fact of the matter is you need money in order to live. So therefore, the more money you have, the happier you will live. To a degree, of course. A very simple way to explain it in the way I feel is that there are certain things that I want to achieve, certain things that I want to do. And if you look at it in a very tangible sense, in the sense of this live stream and the content that I create for YouTube and DLive, there's a bunch of things that I want to achieve, I want to unlock, I want to bring to the content, and they all require money. So to get to those things, you need money. Now, those things are going to make me happy because I'm going to be able to give a better thing to the stream. They're going to make you guys happy because you're going to get a better stream. Everyone's going to be happy, and it all revolves around money. X-tag on, per beer. Classic. It's me, Jonah, with bags of money. Well, here's a classic example, folks. This device right here, the LiveView Solo, I want to highlight the fact that this is going to enable me to do IRL content from streaming from Steve. And we know we've tried it. We know it didn't work so well on a single 4G connection. This device takes two 4G connections. The one that I'm streaming with right now, that'll go in on one of these USBs here. And on the other side here, there'll be another 4G connection, which I'll buy through Telstra. That'll send two 4G signals towards a server which is based from LiveView Solo. It's called the something, I can't recall, I haven't bought it yet. And that server will then take both of those streams and send one of them through to YouTube, therefore ensuring that at least one stream will go to the stream. So if you're in an area in the country where only Telstra works, well, then it will take the Telstra one. But if you're in an area where both Telstra and Optus work, it'll send both of them up there. One of them will be redundant as a backup. Now, what's the point of this? Without this device, we could not do IRL content. I wouldn't be able to stream from Stevan. We tried it. It didn't work. The concept worked, but the delivery didn't. This piece of tech and the extra 4G connection, which I'll buy, and the bonding service, which I'll pay for a yearly subscription, that all cost money. Now, the simple fact of the matter is this was bought with donations from DLive. So any person who donated lemon to me on DLive from the last year, that's how I bought this. It was 1,400 Australian dollars. So not a cheap item. Not a cheap item. 980 US. 1,400 Australian. Not cheap at all. Now, this thing will buy me happiness. Of course it will. It's going to buy you guys happiness because now we're going to be able to go and stream from Stevan. We're going to be able to drive around Australia in areas where arguably the cell reception isn't great. This thing will help with that. And that's a clear example of money buying happiness. That's money bought happiness for me, on board for you. That was cool. Thanks, James. Cheers, man. Helstra with Telstra. Unfortunately, we've only got the two to choose from in this country. David Prettybread. Hello, David Prettybread, all the way from Ireland. How you going, David? Have you heard of this device, David? The LiveView Solo? And what are your thoughts on money buying happiness? What do you feel? How do you feel? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream from all the way from Ireland. We got Ireland, Australia, Germany, Netherlands. Beautiful to see such a diverse chit chat up there. So, I mean, that's my thoughts, and that's a very simple way to explain it. But of course, it gets trickier than that because with money comes responsibility. So, going back to this, you guys, the givers, now that I own this, you're going to expect the streams, right? So I can't just, oh, wicked, man, yeah, I've got this, and then I don't know why I do this, but not use it, right? Sit on my laurels and not use it. You guys have an expectation of what I'm going to do with that. So there's a responsibility and there's an expectation related to money. You can't just take. You've got to end up giving back, right? You've got to, like I say multiple times, this thing is a two-way street. I'm delivering the content. I'm creating the content. You guys are consuming the content. That's the two-way street. Money buying happiness slides into this because the happiness that I can purchase via money then goes back to you guys, and you get the result of, dudes, now we can watch great live streams from the road. Gives a minute, it's going to go and take us to a waterfall or a cliff, and he's going to park up with Stevan and sit down, and we're going to have the stream from the back of the van, relaxing with a homebrew or a jack, and behind it's going to be a waterfall, and that's only possible because of the happiness that the money bought the LiveView Solo. So what do you think? Am I off target here? Am I on target with a caveat? Is there a caveat here, or am I good to go? Is that how money buys happiness? We've always heard money the root of all evil. I mean, there's this to worry about too, but the simple fact is, in Western culture, you need money to live. I'd like to test that theory from a mansion with a butler about money buying happiness. Okay. Kyle Ginger up in the chit chat. G'day, Kyle. How you going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to know you. Good to have you. Welcome to the stream. Obliques Magnificent. Yes, the little box makes a difference. You've seen it before, Obliques, and we know from watching old mate Chill Outdoors on DLive. He streams with the LiveView Solo, right? He does it. Not all the time. Their 4G reception is obviously better in Norway than it is in Australia. We got pockets here where there may not be reception. I'm very keen to see how this works. Very keen. Sin's Fun Factory. I sent my parents in Arizona a variety pack of Amish country popcorn as a way to have something to enjoy during lockdown with all sorts of different corns. That's really nice, man. That's a real nice gesture. They called and they got it today. There you go. That's a very cool gesture from Sin's Fun Factory. Folks, do we want to open up the call-in lines? I'm going to do it anyway. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to pop a little link in the chit chat. This link is if you want to call in on Discord to have this discussion. I'm happy to open that up for you guys to call and to have a discussion. I'm happy to continue with it myself and read the chat, but if you do want to add your voice to this, that's the link there in the chit chat. Now, what you have to have is a set of cans, maybe even a set of cans with a microphone on there so that we can't hear the stream. It's best if you turn the stream off, to be honest. That's the Discord link. It'll take you into a live call-in line, of which I am in now. I'm in there now. So if you do come in, I'll see you and we'll hear you, but just make sure you mute the stream. If you don't have anything you want to say, that's fine as well. James Drumzilla, there aren't many dudes doing surfing footage like you do. I mean, James, thank you. Unfortunately, well, there are, but the difference is they're using a film crew. So even someone such as Ben Gravy, who I'm really look up to, he's got a filmer. So he has a guy who comes down to the beach and films and then hands him the SD card, and then Ben cuts the edit together. The difference with me is I'm doing it all myself. I'm using an iPad on the beach, which is literally pointing at the break, and heaven forbid you go outside that range of the break, because if you do, it doesn't get documented. What I do then, I bring that into Final Cut and I crop it in 200%. That's right, 200%. I crop right in on it. It's probably not the best thing to do. But the quality is marginal. It's not a huge difference, not a huge quality loss. In an ideal world, the beach camera would be not an iPad, but it would be an 8K Blackmagic camera, which then I could crop into 4K by 200% and not lose any quality. But it doesn't really matter. James, I can say as millionaire that it doesn't. It helps, but it creates more problems than it fixes, in my opinion. Wait a sec. When did you become a millionaire, James? But I live average because I don't care for it to a degree, like you said, but I do love my cars. Now, I had no idea you were a millionaire. This is news to me. Mind you, the monetary figure isn't really relevant. Like a millionaire or a thousandaire or a trillionaire or a billionaire. I mean, of course, that becomes now outlandishly a lot of money, but the fact, what I mean is, go back to this example. If I had enough money to facilitate my every whim, I would have gone and bought this before I even tried live streaming from Steve Ann. Before we even did those tests, can we refer to them as test streams even though they're official? Before we did those test streams, I would have bought this. The simple fact is I didn't have the cash for that. I did not have the money, the disposable money to go and buy this. If I did, I would have. And therefore, money would have bought me happiness. Podbeer, you need to train Poopsie in cinematography. Poopsie, to shoot? Yeah, she should shoot for me. But I do love my cars, James. They're good. That's where the good vibes really come from. Helping people that cash is a good vehicle for. There you go. I'm happy to accept some of your problems, James. Charlotte Rose. I'm crazy, James. Don't mind me, James. That's crazy. 2 signals. Yeah, and that's the way it's got to work in Australia live. Like this stream right now is on one 4G signal. Now, we have seen the signal drop from time to time, but there are ways around that. The tech that I'm using, OBS, the software to stream, there's a checkbox in here which essentially says, more or less it says, if you turn this on, this checkbox, and your signal degrades, we will lower the bitrate of your stream to match the signal that you're receiving in your internet. Now, that's only affecting people that have not a land-based internet. So I'm using the airwaves, right? I'm using 4G, and that's what this thing will use, obviously. So that checkbox is pretty fundamental to ensure a clean stream. Now, I do have a good 4G connection here. I can stream at 1080, 30, no sweat. Right now, I'm looking at pretty much 6,000 kilobits the whole time. So we're streaming 6,000, maybe it drops down to 5,500. It hovers around 6,000. But if that 4G thing started getting congested because it's a local area, everyone's using the same tower, we'd see that drop down to 400, 300, 200. And at that point, OBS kicks in and says, okay, outgoing bit rate's going to drop, even though I'm streaming at a constant bit rate. That's just a little tech issue. Charlotte Rose says, James, where and how did you make your dollars? Any advice for us peasants? Do you know, I've known James for years, and this is the first time I'm hearing it. I did not know James was a millionaire, and I guess why would I know? Why would I need to know? It doesn't change anything in terms of the friendship. Obliques Magnet Fishing says, if you have money, a responsibility is what you do with it. Yes. If you have the money, the responsibility is what you do with it. I get you, man. I live on social assistance and I can manage very well, but an expensive box, if you have it, that will go well beyond my budget and go back to work. I see what you're saying. I know you're using the translate to get the words exactly correct. I know what you mean. Yeah, and I mean, I feel honored to actually own this, knowing that knowing that it is an expensive device, and not only that, to run this thing. I currently pay $80 a month for my 4G connection. Essentially, I'm going to double that to $160 for a Telstra connection. And then there's an $800 fee every year for the bonding service. So I'm upping my outgoings, right? Every day for the stream. But that's what I'm saying. The money that I used to buy this was donated from the streamers, from the givers, because the money that the donations bought them happiness, in the sense that they know. And I make it clear that anyone that donates, the money goes into the stream, in this regard, into this device. That's how money buys happiness. That's how money bought happiness here on the Gives a Minute D live stream. Look at that little, that's kind of strange that there's a little, almost like you could hang it through, but it's going to be such a thin, doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. I'm too old to do that again. I understand that, Obliques, and I feel the same. James, selling playgrounds made you your million. Are you single, James? Laugh my ass off. My shoe fell off my foot. James, it's not something that that's honestly relevant. Hey, in fact, I usually keep it quiet. People expect more from rich people. Dude, I mean, how about that? Hey, like, I've known you for nearly 10 years, I suppose, and I did not know this fact. And again, why should I know that? Like, what difference does it make if I know that? And what difference now does it make that my chat knows that? Nothing. No difference. Which is, this is a great, James, thank you for coming into the stream, first of all, and thank you for letting us know that information, because this is a really cool segue, right? A real cool validation. So you've had money, you are wealthy, and I've known you for years, and we've all got the same issues, right? Like, I've heard you talk about girls, you've heard me talk about girls, we've all talked about work and how hard it is and this and that. Dude. And you've got a lovely partner, yes you do. It buys security, and that does remove stress, such as owning your own home. Yeah, totes. I'm just joshing with you, Charlotte. I think Tim is channeling Charlotte Rose to do that. I'm a tight ass. I wear old clothes and shoes, and me, dude, me too. I'm not wealthy. How am I comparing myself to you there? I'm not wealthy. I'm not trying to compare myself, but I'm in the same position, right? I mean, people look at my stream setup and they go, "Oh, you must be loaded, dude." No, I've worked hard to obtain the things that I've got. I worked super hard to achieve what I did in Adelaide, to get the houses that I owned, to get the step up, to get the levels to this shit, right? I worked my guts out to get to there. So nothing comes for nothing. Nothing comes easily, nothing comes cheap, and nothing comes for free. You have to put your freaking foot down and go for gold. It is beautiful to have you here, though, James, to give your take on this, right? Do you want to call in? Is anyone called in? Have I missed something? I've got to go over to the Discord. I see myself in there. I should drag this over here. Okay, I'm the only one in there right now. Okay, that's cool. James, It's the age-old question, isn't it? We don't have cash and think that if you do have it, it'll change everything. But in reality, your need to be happy with whatever you got, I think you're going to say, outweighs that. Yeah. It's funny. It's just on that point. It's funny because, well, not funny, but it's interesting that we spend our whole life chasing happiness, essentially. We spend our whole life chasing what makes us happy. And in many regards, a lot of that is cash. A lot of that happiness is to obtain that, you need financial stability. You need cash. So it's almost like you're chasing your tail because you're constantly needing something that once you get, you then use it to maintain your sense of security, as spoken of in the chat, and your level of happiness. And when I said earlier that there's some societies that don't require cash, I was thinking of like the monks and the Buddhists and whatnot. Are they happy though? Because they're still trying to reach something. They're trying to reach a phase, right? Or a stage or a level. Again, there's levels to this shit. The Buddhists, the monks, they're all trying to reach the next level, the next thing in the step up, right? Now, in our society, that is monetarily based. So we're trying to reach the next we're trying to reach the next level of wealth, if you like. And we're struggling. All of us are struggling. We're all trying to pursue that and achieve that. And so are the monks, but they're not chasing the physical. They're not needing that because they live very simply. They dress very casually. I don't know how they survive the winters though with those robes on. You're going to have to put something on your feet at that point. Chasing happiness. Stop looking around. Surfing is great for that. So good, but it's kind of free. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. That's true. Surfing is free, more or less. More or less. You should ring in James. It would be interesting to have James. I don't know if he's used Discord before. I'm not sure if he's on the Discord. Karen Wesley, aka Poco Loco. Karen, how you going? Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you. Poco Loco, we discovered this last night, is Spanish for a little crazy. I like it. How you going, Karen? Good to see you over here in the chit chat up there on the YouTube, which is a strange place for you to be with me. I like that this cross-pollination, yeah, I use the term again, cross-pollination from DLive to YouTube. I like that this happens. Welcome to the DLive peeps. Natalie Alexander. Natalie, good to see you. And let me tell you, Natalie, it's good to know you, good to have you, good to see you. Thank you for all your lovely comments on my Gives a Minute Wave a Day project. I've seen all your comments. I'm a little behind getting to the answering, but Natalie, thank you. It's nice to see you in a live stream. I appreciate you being here. Digital money. Natalie, we were talking a little about how money can buy happiness. Now, people often say money doesn't buy happiness, but I would venture that it does. Because it enables things, it facilitates things. We used an easy example here on the stream, the Live View Solo. This was bought for me. Well, I bought this using donations to the stream on DLive. Anybody that's ever sent me lemon on DLive, mayonnaise, wow, any of that crap, right? Any of that stuff has gone to facilitate me buying this. Now, what's this device? It's going to enable me to live stream from the road, IRL style. Now that's going to give me happiness because I can share Australia with you. It's going to give you happiness because you get to see Australia through a live stream while I'm driving around, maybe campfires and drinking jacks and maybe playing some guitar. Heaven forbid I might do an acoustic strum here and there. I don't know, but it's going to give you happiness, and all of that was because of money. I couldn't afford to buy this myself. The stream donated it to me with money in the form of lemon, and that's how we got that. So that's a clear example of money buying happiness. But that comes responsibility with that too. There's a responsibility from me to deliver on what I promised. So I will. Welcome to DLive, Digital Money. I think I have sweaters under their robes. Do they, Mindy? Do they? Okay. Howdy, Charlotte Rose. Francis, brother. This is Jamie from Vancouver. Just to chime in, I was let go from a stable job that I hated, and another side gig slowed down that I was doing at the very same time I was having a kid in a few months and was scared. I decided to go 100% into working on what I love. I just jumped the chat a little bit there. And got a tiny little gig editing, which I love. I know. Now I'm super happy and making a living. Funnily enough, that small gig turned into 2 times the pay of your stable job, dude. And if you guys haven't seen Francis Brother Films, go along to their YouTube channel, hit the link on the by going across on the little 3 dots, visit channel, and go and have a look at their feature film. Go and have a look at that. Go and have a look at the stuff that these guys are putting out. Very cool stuff. 2 brothers, they both look very similar. I often get you guys mixed up. I'm not going to deny it. I often mixed you 2 up. Very, very cool to add that story. So you essentially, what you're saying there is that you had stability, you had the comfort and the security of a job, but that got ripped out from underneath you. And instead of going and getting another job of the same nature, you went with what you enjoy. You went with your passion. You went with your happiness, forsaking the money. And you struggled and strived and clutched it and grabbed it and went with it. And now what you clutched at is actually worth more than the other job, which was not giving you the same happiness, but the money. Man, very interesting. Very interesting. Very cool. James says, I can't get the Discord set up properly. Technology doesn't make me happy. That should be the stream next week. Does technology make you happy? If I had a pen, I'd write that down, right? Does technology make you happy? I've lodged that in the ledger right now. Does technology make you happy? Simple answer, it does for me. Celeste, Mindy's sister, hello. My friend Samantha is experiencing you for the... experiencing me. Hello, Samantha. How am I? How's it feeling? Shit. My friend Samantha is experiencing you for the first time. Samantha, I hope we had a drink first. Did we have a drink before we experienced each other? Shit. Obliques says, well, I'm not a monk, but born again, and if I dive in the scripture like I did many years ago, I was very happy, like you're lifted up a foot off the ground. And so there's the other thing. Not just money buys happiness, but other things can buy happiness. In this case, the scripture. Reading from a book, reading from I guess guidelines. Like you could look at the scriptures as guidelines. Reading from guidelines makes people happy. We got obliques right here saying that. James, I love my job and it's kind of easy. Well, maybe that's because I love it and I make great coin and people happy. Just adding to that, what James does for a living, he installs playground equipment which make children happy and parents happy because the parents can go and play on that 70,000 foot slide while I sit over here and have a champagne in the park, right? And that makes everybody happy. So James, your job makes you happy, makes the kids happy, makes the parents happy. This is one big happiness right here. Whoa, Francis brother, my bosses bought me a Porsche. Whoa. That's really cool, dude. Congrats. Jamie, you're driving around in a Porsche these days? Shit. I know we spoke about this a while back, Jamie, but if you ever write a character into a film, for me, I'll come and stay in Vancouver, on Vancouver Island, for however long it takes to film that. I would love to be an actor in your movie. I wouldn't want to act in anyone else's movie. I'd love to act in your movie. If you write a character that could satisfy or suit this hideous head, and we'll go from there. Ibrahim Slacks. G'day, Ibrahim. Hey, man. How you going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to know you. Good to have you. That cheers is for you, man. Nice to have you. Thanks for your comments, too, on the Wave a Day project this week, man. Appreciate you. Karen says, I love to visit y'all down under. Always figured if Texas wasn't an option, then the Outback was a second good option. Yeah, totally. The Outback and Texas, I mean, kind of similar, right? Like nasty animals running around that'll bite your leg off. Maybe not your whole leg, but portion of it. And, well, maybe your whole leg if you're only small. I hear a dingo took my baby. You know what I'm saying? There's some wildlife out there that you got to look out for. Australia is a very interesting place. They're laughing hilariously. They are laughing hilariously. How else would you laugh? Mindy, they are laughing sadly. They are laughing mournfully. They are laughing hysterically. That's a double entendre. That's the same thing twice. That's like saying it's wet damp. It's extremely wet damp out there. Or it's so cold chilly outside today. They're laughing hysterically. Hilariously. Not even hysterically. Hysterically would work, ironically, but hilariously? They're laughing hilariously. That's great. That's wrong, but it's great. I love it. James, I'm blessed, I must admit it. Yeah, and but well, there you go. A Porsche? What? It's true, they made a vlog of it. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome, Jamie. Benon, I enjoy watching the Wave a Day. Been a giver since day one, mate. Yeah, dude, you've been there a long time. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And let me ask those that are watching, we're going to roll it again very soon. Have the changes to the Wave a Day content been good? Have you guys enjoyed the changes I've made? In my mind, the POV stuff is a bit excessive. I don't like all that waiting around. People said to me, when are you going to live stream surfing? And I was like, dude, live stream from surfing? You know, I surf for an hour and 8 minutes till the GoPro batteries are dead, and I get 4 or 5 waves. The rest of it is a little bit of talking to the camera, a little bit of vlogging, and the rest of it's cut out because it's boring. It's waiting. Everybody said, nah, dude, nah, point of view, get the POV, we want to see what you see. But how much of it do you really want to see? Isn't it a little tedious to sit there for that long and I'm pointing at waves and then I'm paddling and not getting them? That, to me, that's batshit boring to me, but everybody's loving it. The other changes I've made to the Wave a Day project is to change the song every day. So I got a cycle of 7 tracks we go through, all of them Daydreamers. We get to go through each track once throughout the week. The other things I've made is I do a CC, a condition check. I'm using the drone to get an establishing shot, so some B-roll of the scope, what's going on. The other things I've done is I have left my breathing in a lot, where normally I would not start shooting the vlog part, like welcome or good morning Tuesday. I wouldn't start shooting that until I had my breath back, but now I've just been going for it and putting in more of a realistic all-round view of what surfing is, because surfing is a lot of energy, a lot of breath, a lot of catching your breath back. Smugly, laughing smugly, that's better. Laughing smugly, yeah, that works. Sin's Fun Factory, all right, 7 p.m, Jack and Coke time. Dude, I am super jealous. I'm a simple guy though, so the Porsche was a little much. I'm a Honda Civic guy. Francis, what did you do with the Porsche though? Do you still drive it? Perdbeat, Norway live stream surfing would be friggin' cool. No way. Live stream surfing would be cool. Dude, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. First of all, you'd have to have this with you, which would be practically impossible. Although I reckon Chill Outdoors would probably give it a shot, wouldn't he? That sneaky Norwegian. I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. I think that it's boring. I think it's tedious. I think it takes too long, and I don't like making people. What's the word here? I don't want to make you wait for a wave. I don't want you to expect the waves coming when it might not come. Because what if I went out there and sat there waiting, and for literally 45 minutes I didn't get a ride? What would that be? That'd be a waste of my time, your time, the bandwidth. Boring. You know what I'm saying? Terry Alexander up in the chit chat. Terry. Shipwrecks. Actually, I'm Turkish. What's with that comment? Shipwrecks. Aerogamer, enjoyed the stream this morning. Got to go visit my mum. Haven't seen her for a few weeks. No worries, Aerogamer. Thanks for swinging by for a while, dude. Appreciate you. Nice to see you. Enjoy. Say good day to your mum for me. That was Rove McManus used to say that. Hey, say hi to your mum for me. You looked at surfboards today. Ah, cool. Francis, you're still driving the Porsche? Okay, cool. Surfing in South Africa, Cape Town, the government has banned surfing for who knows how long. Oh, some message retractions there from Oblique Magnet Fishing. Ooh, message retracted. Interesting. Well, folks, I'll tell you what. I want to roll the surfing clip again. Now, for those that have already seen it, take 10, go out and grab a coffee, come back. The reason we're rolling it twice is because we're going to roll this kind of content like we do on DLive. It serves 2 purposes. It puts my surfing onto the freaking internet on a live stream, which, let's be honest, even though it's not a live feed of the surfing, it's on a live stream, which no one seems to be doing on DLive or on YouTube. It also gives me a chance to go and have a quick slash, which is important right about now. I've had half a glass of water and it's coming right through my bladder. But then when we come back, if you want to continue this topic of conversation to run the stream out about money buying happiness, I'm happy to go ahead with that. Or if you want to talk about anything else, that's the point of the live stream. You guys can dictate it. You can ask me to change topics, change tactic, change angle. Go ahead and put that request in. You can suggest whatever you please, right? Wherever you want to take this stream, it's up to you to take it there. I'm happy to navigate wherever we need to go. I love this about live content. Now on DLive, we do long form. I do 4 or 5 hour streams and we just go wherever we damn well please. There needs to be a little bit of a limit here on YouTube because of the demonetization garbage, and we can't go ahead and watch content. We can't take links and that kind of thing for fear of being flagged for demonetization, but we can certainly talk about things and we can certainly have an open discussion. And yeah, so I'll leave that to you. If you want to have that discussion and you want to change it up, by all means, let's do that. Here is the super quick wave a day from yesterday again. Enjoy.
Welcome back to the super quick wave a day edit. Oh my goodness gracious me. I was fired up from yesterday and it happened again today. Now, what you're gonna see is the start of it's a bit woeful. My POV footage is terrible. The 2 waves I took sucked. But just sit through that. I know you all want the POV. I think the POV stuff is kind of a bit tedious, but everyone wants it, so it's in there. After the POV, I got the finest left rides by 3, maybe even a couple more after time. But the ones that I'm definitely sure of, really, really psyched on. But you know me, I don't want to be the judge of that. So how about you decide?
Took a wave before I even got a chance to say good morning. Okay, I cooked it, but it was the first wave. I was still tired from the paddle out. There's plenty of waves here. Look at this. Well, I went down on that one, hit the ground on my ass, but I'm getting more comfortable doing that. Sam's got a bit of a hangover. How you going, Sam? I'm gonna POV this. There's a wave coming right now. This could be a good time for POV. That's Dan. You got it? Yeah! Alright, so my bad. We'll get another one. We'll get the next one, yeah? I'm going to move over a bit into the takeoff zone. And here comes a wave for me, I think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this looks good. A bit small. Too small. Oh, what was behind it? Wally! There's something here. Don't get on the shoulder of this. Son of a gun! Whatever then? Oh, I'm gonna move over here. Not then, I just had kook drama. Big mama drama. I like it. this? Little shoulder here. Oh, garbage! Absolute garbage. What am I doing? What am I doing? What did I do to deserve this flat dry martini? I don't know how long I'm going to POV this for. It takes a long time to get a wave, and you might be getting bored here watching this. Now that's my POV done. 2 kicks and in the shallows. Oh. Alright, hitting the rocks everywhere here. Let's get out of here. Wow. Alright, I've got to get on here. Take a breather. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's enough POV. That's woeful. I'm sorry for that. It's okay now, the rocks are just here.
If we lie in bed on a rainy day.
What? I'll take that. I'll take that as my first wave. The other ones don't count. The other ones were woeful. That takes 36 minutes to obtain. It was worth every single minute. Now, give me another one, Big Mama Ocean.
But with you, I'd rather just float away.
I don't know who old mate was throwing the point, but I got a great shot of him then. I'm so tired from that paddle, but that wave, what are we now, 51 minutes in, I shocked myself. It was so sick, I was so pumped. Got enough time to get another couple, hopefully. That was a sick one. Thanks, man. Yeah, see how sick that was? That was so rad. So pumped. What? Give me some more.
And we're floating away.
Me and your man didn't social distance then. We high-fived. Whoopsie! What? Oh my goodness! That's two amazing rides! Ah, I'm in the section here. Whoa! I gotta paddle back out. And then we talk. Well, wow! Holy crap! That is two really fun left-hand rides, making up for everything that I faffed around earlier on the POV. We're in an hour and 1 minute. Probably sneak in one more if the battery doesn't go flat. Either way, I'm gonna get one more. It's gonna be either from these cameras or the beach camera. Oh my goodness gracious! This stuff is amazing! Ah!
And so how did I do? Oh, what? Look at these mamas coming in. Look at this. Oh dear, heavens above, I should still be out there. They are way, that wave is way far out. And no one's gonna be able to get that because it's already over. Who's gonna pick up on the inside here? That's Joshua getting it on the further side. Oh, you let it go. I'm not sure of this guy's name. I've seen him a lot out here. He ripping, yeah, dude. Yo! Oh, he went down hard. Is he all right? There's Sam behind. Yeah, Sam! Yeah! That was sick. What was I saying? Yeah, how did I do? Did I do okay? Look, while I sit down and think about just how okay I did, you guys can go back to the live stream.
Oh, shit. Whoopsie. Folks, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. I get pumped up watching those waves. In fact, that second left I took of the good ones, if I didn't do what I did on that, I would have come unstuck. But I managed to get in front of the face of that. It was a bit of a rough, faffing wave too. Like it looked like it was trying to barrel, but it just didn't have the form. So a lot of the lip just kind of crumbled around me. But I got around it and in front of it, and I managed to... Yeah, I stoked myself. Back up in the chit chat. G'day, Chad. I didn't give you a nice warm welcome because I didn't see you swing in, but good to have you. Good to see you. Good to know you, Chad. That was a great wave. And I appreciate all the good comments there. I want to get back onto what Atlas Walked Away suggested on the topic of conversation, and also to what Drumzilla said a while back. But let's just smoke myself a little while longer on that surf. Look, I know I'm not the greatest surfer, but the more I hit that left and the more that the left is working, well, the more chance I get to get skilled up, right? And get more... A lot of it's confidence. And in regards to Ibrahim's questions about the takeoff zone, when the swell is small, the only spot you can pick that wave up is literally on the rock. And the bodyboarders just stand on it. They stand there and the water's like at their ankle, right? And then they just pop into the wave. When the swell gets bigger, like it was on that day, yesterday, at least you can stand off, or not stand, you can at least wait off the side of that rock, and the rock will pick up and suck up, but right next to it is the face, and you can take it from there. I've got no real problem doing that. The only issue is it then does go along the shelf of the reef. And so if you mess up, you have to fall properly. You have to fall flat. Instead of, you don't want to dive into the water, obviously. So you fall spread out and flat to minimize the depth that you go under, because you're talking about that much water, maybe that much. My fins scraped the ground the first wave I took. And it's lucky I had plastic fins at that point. Totally. I sort of snuck in, to be fair. No worries, Chad. Music Man! What the Music Man? All the way over from D-Live. G'day, Music Man. How do you do, man? Good to see you. Good to know you. Good to have you, dude. Cheers. Just stay off the rocks. I mean, in an ideal world, I won't hit a rock. I won't hit the bottom, but I have hit the bottom on my ass. and it's not fun. We don't want to do that again. In regards to that spot, that section, that's what I wanted from surfing the Northern Point. I wanted that. That's what the break is. That was mid break. The actual break is further out. And the same kind of thing. Like the shelf comes all the way in, right? And the actual break is double that. So if you get it from the start, you could ride through where I took off on and go all the way along where I did. Now at that point, my camera won't pick it up entirely because or maybe I'll have to angle it more on a bit of an angle. But it's a wide section to have an iPad capture without no one moving the iPad. You know what I'm feeling? Let's go back into the topic of conversation because there was a couple of great points that were made. Music Man, that's like Lovers Point, Monterey, rocks below. Yeah, most point breaks are rock or reef or a combination. There is some grass out there though. I'm gonna film it the next sunny day. I'm gonna POV. I'm gonna show you the reef and the rocks and the grass and stuff. It's kind of nice actually. It's got like a real fluorescent green to it. I'll show it to you only on a sunny day. Today's overcast again. But by the way, folks, I jumped out there during that wave a day, and there are heaps of people surfing. Halfway up the beach, not even the point break, but halfway up, there's another sort of point, if you like, and there's at least 15 dudes out there right now. And then further up to the point, I could see there were people getting rides. So I'm itching, but we're live streaming. So back up. James had a good point, but James said, wow, the chat moved a lot. Okay, James had a point. He said, what about, in terms of discussion, what about what does make people happy? So if money doesn't buy happiness, or if you're not of the same opinion that money can buy happiness, what does buy you happiness? Good question, James. I don't have the answer. I'm putting forward to the chat to see if anyone else does. But in the meantime, Atlas walked away. G'day, Atlas. How you going? Atlas shrugged. And Ryan. So you had a great comment. Money buys happiness until your needs and worries are handled. So you use the money to satisfy everything you need. Go past that point and you're dealing with strongly diminishing returns. And I didn't quite understand the concept there. I understand what diminishing returns are. What you get back is less and less and less the further along you go from whatever it is you're expanding. But in this regard, I didn't quite get it. And I asked to expand, and Atlas says, well, you're only able to produce so much dopamine in a day, which is a chemical your brain compounds, your brain creates. So once your major stresses aren't keeping your levels low and you're at healthy levels, you only have a little higher to go before you expand your daily allotment, so to speak. So you're basically just spiking and falling. Let me go back. You're only able to produce a certain amount of dopamine. So that's the amount that your body can create. So once all the stresses are removed from that, so you create dopamine, you remove the stress, and the levels, so all the stresses aren't keeping your dopamine levels low. I'm confused. Oh, and so you're healthy. You only have a little higher to go before you're expanding your daily allotment, so to speak. So you're basically just spiking and then falling. Why would you need dopamine though if you have no stresses and you have no worries? Do you need dopamine? We're now entering the medical realm here, folks, of which I have no knowledge, and you can clearly see that, right? I'm faffing my way across this. I need some more dopamine. Can I trigger it by clicking my head? Of course you cannot. But yeah, this is the point of a live stream. This is the point where we can all learn. I can learn, you can learn. I'm getting educated right now about this. I don't know it. It could all be hearsay, but it looks legit, and I'm willing to learn about it. And there's a sub from Obi. I didn't even see Obi. I didn't even see the sub notification. Was there a sub come through? Thank you, Mindy, for seeing that. Okay. There's nothing better than a perfect left-hand point break. I'd rather the right, if I'm being honest, but The left is really fun. On a nice, big, banking backhand carve. I like that feeling. And then get back up the top and... are there fish down there? Hell yeah, there's heaps of fish, dude. Blue fish, red fish, one fish, two fish. There's a lot of fish. Music Man, so use dollars to buy off annoying people? That's how you buy happiness. Is that what the dopamine thing is? Peter Bibby doesn't think so. His philosophy is stinking rich is just more real, just left out tax agencies, etc. I wish money was not a need, Terry. And I mean that's the crux of the nature, right? That is the summary of everything here. If money was not a need, if it was just a want, if you didn't need money to live, we'd all be a lot happier, I think. If you could just go to the store and say, oh, I need some rice and I need a bottle of Coke because I got this Jack, and just take it and walk out, and there was never a transaction there, then you could spend all your days doing things that you enjoy, and no one would be... You work all day, every day, to come home, to spend the money that you've worked, to then get enough sleep to prepare yourself to work again the next day, to do the same thing over and over and over again. You save the money for a day where you technically can retire when you're too old to use the money. I don't know. It's like, if you didn't need money to live, then the whole thing would be a lot different, right? The whole equation would be a different saga. Now, the other thing there is, if you enjoy what you do for a living, I love what I do for a living. This does not feel like work to me, right? This does not feel like going to the office. This feels like creating, and that makes me happy. So if you can get to a position in your life, and Jamie Francis said this way back up in the stream, he said he was made redundant from a well-paying gig, and he was thinking about, do I chase the same job again, try to get the same equivalent job with the same equivalent pay, or do I do what makes me happy and start with nothing and go from there? And eventually the happiness that he gained from doing the job that he actually likes to perform resulted in more income coming anyway. And so that's a win-win-win-win, right? And if we can all achieve that, we'll all get Porsches from our bosses. He got a Porsche given to him as well. So not everyone's going to get a Porsche, let me be honest. Oh, Mindy, no, it was a sub on my channel. Ah, so hang on. Oh, Obliques subbed on your channel. I gotcha. When I saw Obi, I thought, oh, it's a new sub. Okay, gotcha. Give you a wrench, Mindy, and you run with it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, got to get going. It's 3 a.m. here. Got to sleep. Cheers for the chat. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Ibrahim. Thank you, my friend. Have a pleasant slumber. Catch those Z's. Atlas says, well, yeah, dopamine is one of the key hormones which gives us a sensation of happiness. If you took a perfectly happy person and damaged their ability to make dopamine, they would get depressed fast. I see what you're saying. So your body therefore creates less dopamine because you're always happy. And so... yeah, you've exhausted your supply of it basically because you no longer need it. I feel what you're saying. No one would grow food. No one would brew Jack. You would go to an empty store. I mean, I know. Like, I'm not suggesting we change the entire structure of our community and our life. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just putting forward that illustration that the reason a lot of unhappiness occurs is because of the pursuit of money. Yet money can buy happiness. That's what I'm trying to illustrate there. Also, I was saying expend as in to use up all something, not expand. Expend, yeah, to use it all. To extend. I know what you meant. I might have said expand, but I meant extend. Expand, sorry. You're right, Music Man. The money is simply a container for the value we create through our work. Yeah, but there's a different value there because something's like this, for instance, is valued more than this. So if, like, why are things valued differently? Tim, not sure, but I think dopamine that's ice users lose the ability to naturally produce. Is that right? Interesting. Imagine a world where people were not classed by money. Yeah. I mean, that's interesting, Charlotte. I've had that discussion before. Like, We talk about how we're all one society, we're all one race, we're all one people, we're all on the planet together living. Yet if you have more money, you get treated differently than those that don't. You clearly do. Like if you have more disposable income and you're flying from Sydney to England, you can literally afford to be treated better by getting a first class ticket in an airplane. Me, I'd be sitting in the back with everybody else paying the cheap fare because I can't afford to pay $20,000 to go first class. But if you can, you basically pay to be treated better. You're still a human being. You're still the same race, the same one people, right? We're all still one people. But if you can afford it, you can get treated better. So money totally buys happiness. At that point, you're getting treated differently by a fellow human simply because of the money that you have. And they tell us we're all one, we're all equal, right? We should all strive to be one race, one government, one this and that. And then there's class systems in airplanes. I'm just saying, it's a little contradictory at that point. Money 100% buys happiness. Case in point, first class business tickets on airlines. Today, a pastor from Hawaii listened and said that you can ask for anything in prayer, but why ask God when He made the whole world with everything in it? I mean, if you want to go the religion angle, it opens up another category though, because you could say, well, if God created everything in the earth and all the wealth and all the rich people, why did He also create poverty and all the kids dying of starvation? Just saying, it can go both ways at that point. So today I asked for 2 boats for better magnet fishing and live off the scrap metal I do and add a healthy woman to what I have had so far. Interesting. I would grow food and flowers, Terry. Very cool. Desi demand and subsidy. China gives stuff away to break markets of creators of the item. Interesting. By the way, we're going to a cashless society. Yeah, but that's just the tangible. When you say cashless, all we're talking about is that you physically will not need, this is Australian money, by the way, folks. You physically will not need a physical thing. You won't need that. But the value of that will still be $10, right? You don't need the physical tenner in your wallet. That's all cashless society means. It doesn't mean we're removing the value of money or the value of a good or service. By the way, the gentleman who found his wallet, he received it in the mail, so we're good to throw that in the bin. That didn't go in the bin. Yeah, we're not removing the value of money. We're just removing the physical, tangible, the item, the token, if you like. There are ways to get free first class. Volunteer your seat is one or use points. Okay, that depends on whether you're able to find contentment with a lower level of treatment. I don't believe people owe me things which I haven't earned. Ooh, so therefore we're not equal, Atlas. If you earn something, you're deemed better than the person who hasn't earned it. Interesting. So everybody is... So those that sit in first class have earned that right? Or what about those dudes that are just born into money? What did they earn? How did those guys earn that? They were just born to the right family. Huh? He's got a point there, gives a minute. He said that you can be earning the right to sit in first class, but what if you're just born into it? Is it because we put the value of money too high? So someone like a pop star, like Justin Bieber, right? So we determine that his time and money, or his time and expertise in the field of music and entertainment is worth X amount of dollars. We will pay $120 to go and see him do an hour and a half a live show. So we've given the value to his time. Get the guy to come and fix your computer, your hard drive, a computer guy come to your house. We determine his time is worth X amount of money. So we've given values to people's times. And that value is what they've earned. That's why Justin Bieber can fly first class or fucking fly in a private jet, because he's earned it? Or is it because we valued it to a certain level? I think it's because of what we valued, not what they've earned. Justin Bieber could still be a celebrity and not be worth the multi-millions that he is if we didn't value what he does as much as we do. He's just a musician, ultimately. He's an entertainer. Why do we value that so highly? Why are we willing to give a couple of $100 to go and see a show? We don't do that to the local pub band, yet they're both entertainers, they're both performing. We value Justin Bieber, and therefore he has earned his right to fly in a private jet. I don't buy that. I think that's wrong. We are created equal. To make all of us precisely equal in every way would require nightmare levels of government tyranny. You would not be able to make any decision for yourself, because you might make a decision that gives you an advantage. But it's not this is the earning of the thing. I think it's not earning. I think it's the value that we determine. That's my gut feeling. Good conversation though, Atlas. You've got some great... I wish we'd dug into this deeper at the beginning of the stream. You've got some great points, my friend. Great stuff. No more hiding cash for a rainy day. The government will be able to even track that. I mean, hiding cash... Yeah, I see what you're saying, because a tangible, physical thing will be missing. Yeah, there'll be other options though, Charlotte. There'll be other options. I believe anyway. I don't believe that moving to cashless, physical, tokenless is going to be a huge issue, but we'll see. Folks, I can hear my outro music rolling right now. What a great stream. I appreciate every one of you who've been here. I'll see you all on D-Live later on tonight, and also here next week on the stream again. Thank you. Wow.